We have a lot to get to in our next half hour, but we want to begin with a special report from the 12 News I-Team. The cost of crisis, revealing the areas with the most calls citywide to clean up homeless encampments and help unsheltered individuals.
Why neighbors feel like they are trapped in a bureaucratic cycle. Tonight in part 2 of our 12 News I-Team series, Cost of Crisis.
We used to come here a lot when my daughter was young.
Perry Park
I never felt uncomfortable.
hasn't felt like much of a park lately.
It was never like the nicest park in the world, but I felt safe.
Sure, you can see a playground and a pool,
We came here last week and my daughter was chasing a pigeon across the park.
but reality rivals recreation.
By the time I caught up with her, she was next to somebody who was smoking fentanyl with a machete right next to them, and my heart almost stopped.
A reality we've witnessed firsthand, visiting Perry Park ourselves near 32nd Street and Thomas Road more than a dozen times since the end of May. Signs at Perry Park, a public city park, detail what's not permitted on the property. A long list including no camping, no illegal drugs, no physical abuse, and no using shopping carts. Still, our cameras witnessed some of those things week after week.
And you're just like, wow, something needs to happen for this neighborhood because we have people who are out here suffering and they have no place to go.
Morgan Saylor and Chelsea Friday live down the road from Perry Park and are active in their neighborhood association. Their compassion for people experiencing homelessness also comes with a conflict.
All of the violence, all of the illegal activity that we see.
The 12 News I-Team pulled city data from 2019 through July 2022 and found that calls for Phoenix Fire to the block of Perry Park nearly doubled in the past 2 years. Phoenix police data showing a different trend, with a big spike of calls for service in 2020. The calls drop after that, but still average more than 1 call per week.
Today, I actually see a bunch of kids in the pool, which is really exciting to see.
In mid-June, we asked Phoenix City Council member Carlos Garcia to walk through the park with us to try and explain.
But you obviously still see a lot of people who are staying in the park, who may not have a place to live or maybe doing other things.
Despite numerous calls to police, the city can't arrest someone for being homeless.
We cannot criminalize homelessness and people that don't have a shelter.
And that's not what neighbors want. But the increased police and fire calls take a toll.
Because of the situation, we can't even have the bathrooms open. And so I'd love to see not only Perry Park, but every park in the city of Phoenix being used to its max potential.
The problem is that there's not enough shelter space for people who need it. And when people resort to parks,
It feels like the city isn't trying to even find real sustainable solutions.
what do you say to the parents who don't feel safe taking their kids to Perry Park?
If no one feels safe in a particular situation, that's a parent's job to gauge that.
Danielle Poveromo is a deputy Parks and Recreation director with the city of Phoenix.
See something, say something.
People are saying something, and it's not just about calling police or fire. If there's a concern regarding an encampment or homelessness, people in Phoenix are encouraged to report it to Phoenix Cares,
a program that uses a variety of city services, including the Parks Department, to provide help, education, and cleanup. And since 2019, the 12 News I-Team found that the number of reports has skyrocketed. The city's records tallying more than 21,000 cases over the past 3.5 years, with number of cases in the first half of 2022 on pace to eclipse the full years before it.
We are there 7 days a week, monitoring, inspecting, cleaning our parks every day. So we address those situations as they come up and as we see them.
And like neighbors told us, the reports at Perry Park significantly increased during and after the pandemic. Morgan, who shared her phone records with us, called Phoenix Cares for help 3 times in the past year, plus other calls to other city departments, including parks and police.
Many different departments involved, and they just point fingers at each other. And as a busy resident, I have a full-time job, I'm a mom, Chelsea has 4 children. We could be on this merry-go-round for the rest of our lives.
City data through June 2022 shows all the calls to Perry Park have been resolved. But Morgan's point is that there's always another concern popping up.
It's heartbreaking and exhausting. We are trapped in this bureaucratic cycle we can't get out of.
Garcia's office and other city departments have tried to show they aren't ignoring Perry Park. There's programming like soccer, but it's seasonal. And in early July, the city opened up a skate park on an old tennis court, much to neighbors' excitement.
It's really getting to be wonderful. It had deteriorated a lot.
And at the end of July, Water Day, where I saw a few dozen people turn out. Councilmember Garcia also showed us a mural from another park activation event.
It's one of those where you're just kind of part of the group.
Activation events where neighbors are encouraged to come and use the park.
It is on all of us. I think it's important for neighbors to activate the park. I think when there's an empty public space and it's the only place where unsheltered people can be, they're gonna go there.
Both Chelsea and Morgan said they've brought their families to some of these activation events, but don't see a lot sticking after the events are over.
I can't look at the neighbors and tell them we're gonna fix it by tomorrow, and I also can't guarantee that's gonna be fixed for a year, because the problems that we end up seeing here are societal problems that are impacting everyone.
Tomorrow night, as we continue Cost of Crisis, we really start to break down the money the city has to help with homelessness and affordable housing. The budget is not easy to follow, so for now we'll be focusing on federal COVID relief dollars and how the city hasn't spent a majority of the nearly $100 million allocations. We're in the studio tonight. Erica Stapleton, 12 News.